Hello, my little candy fans, my crying children. It's your girl, Nutty 1961. This isn't my typical videos that I usually post, but this was something that I really did not get to talk about or even say. And I know I'm really far behind. I'm really far behind from this, but I just want to say that I've been keeping this a secret for a very long time, for at least 3 years. So, let's just get right into it. So, I met this guy named Matt Storm, who was the first one to reply to me. Then it was a simple hi, how are you? I'm good, you, and all that. And then on July 18, 2023, he started to be kind of weird, or kind of goofy, and I didn't really think much of it because I was only 13. I was only 13 at the time. And I kept on going and going and going and going. And then on July 20th, we started sending hearts to each other. I was like, okay, this is kind of funny. So I kept doing it and so we kept doing it and doing it. And then all of a sudden, he just kisses me on the head. I was like, oh, okay. And then we still continued. And then he said he loves me as a friend. And I said, me too. And then he kisses me in a friendship way. Which, yeah. I didn't really think much of it. I was only 13. And then he kisses me again because I said thank you. And then we still continued. And then, yeah, it just went on for a very long time. And then he asked me, how old are you? And I said, I'm 12. And he said I thought I was 18. But yet he still continued, even though I already told him my age. Which I didn't really think much of it since I was only 13. And it still continued. Then he kept saying he loved me. And yeah, he kept going and going. He kissed my head. He patted my head. He carried me. And he just, all of a sudden, he just said, rub my bestie. And then rubs her back. And I was only 13, so I didn't really think much of it, because I thought he was at least younger. And then he said, after he was done rubbing my back, he said, does it feel good? And I said, yeah, because I was only 13. And he still kept rubbing me, which yeah. And then he still kept going. He kissed me on the cheek. He kept on smoothing my back. He kept on smoothing me. I think another word for rubbing. All of a sudden, he just started to just rub my belly and then my chest. All of a sudden, he just said, "You're extra soft, Betsy." And then he asked, "Do you have an Instagram?" And I said, "No, I don't." And then he just said, "Oh, well, let's keep chatting here then." And he still continued smoothing me. And then he just asked, and then he just said, "Let's keep this between us, bestie, okay?" I was only 13, so I didn't really think much of it. So I just said, okay. And then he kept smoothing my body. He said, "You're so cute." And I said, "Thank you." He smoothed my chest. He just rubbed my belly and chest. He rubbed my bottom and chest. And he rubbed my chest again. And then all of a sudden, he just goes on my shirt and rubs my tummy. And I go, okay, I think it's a little too much. Oh, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. And he still kept, and he kissed my cheek. And then he still kept on going. And then I made a little animation for him. And then he still kept on going. and going and going. And then all of a sudden he just says, it feels like you're like a daughter to me. Which is a automatic red flag, because if I was like a daughter to you, then why would you rub my chest and rub my tummy? Why would you think that? If I was like a daughter, why would you do that if I was a daughter to you? Which is an automatic red flag. And then we still continued. And then he snuggled me. And then he kissed me. And then he said, if you want to make more gotcha animations of me and you can go ahead. And I said, okay. Then he snuggled me again. He fluffs me. Smooths you again. Smooths the front. Kiss your front. Smooth your front more. Kiss your front more cutely. Smooth your chest. Smooth your chest more. Kissing it. Smooth your chest. Smooth. Kiss and smooth. And then I guess, I don't really remember when this happened, but I guess one time he was trying to do I think it was like an old server I was in, where he was trying to ship me with him, and he just said the shipping bot doesn't like me. And then he just still kept on doing it and doing it. And then he just started to ship me with him. And I was only 13, so I didn't really think much of it. And then he still kept on doing it and doing it and doing it. He rubs my front, wiggles my nose, rubs you, fluffs my daughter-in-law. I don't really know what that means. He pats my head, smooths my front, smooths you more, kiss my daughter-in-law. We just still kept on going and going and going. And then, he showed me his new model, etc., etc. He still kept on doing it. And he said, my precious daughter-in-law. I really didn't know what he was talking about. And then he still kept on rubbing me. Still kept on doing it. Like, it just wouldn't stop. He kept on going. And I was only 13 when this was happening. So I was just young. I thought it was just a simple guy who I thought who obviously liked me, but I did not know his age. So we still kept on going and going. And then I made an animation for him, which I'm not gonna show. And then he snuggles me again, kisses me, picks me up, snuggles while carrying you. Makes my bestie flirt, kisses your cheek, makes her feel so cute, pats her fluff head. Too adorable, cute. And it just still continued. And I guess one time, he was gone for a little bit, and he said, guess who's back? And he said, I missed, and he said, did you miss me? And I said, yeah, how much? A lot. On a scale of 1 to 100, how much? And I was only 13, so I just said 100, and that made him blush. And he rubs my bottom, rubs my chest, rubs the front of my chest, squishes my chest, boops my chest, kisses my cheek, and it still kept on going. My precious friend. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And then a video came out of how this guy, Matt Storm, touches minors. And I was like, wait, that guy? I know that guy. He was all over me one time. And that's when I realized I got groomed. I got groomed by a pedo. Yeah, so I kept it as a secret for at least 3 years. I didn't tell anyone since the video got deleted. Like, I kept this a secret for a very long time, but since everything is changing, I just feel like I have to get this off my chest, since it just came to mind to me. Because I was just watching videos and I was like, wait, what about that guy who kept on telling me he loved me and all that? So I had to make a video about this. So yeah, I kept this a secret for a very long time, but I just wanted to come out and say it since everything has changed, and I just thought maybe it's time to share this story. But anyways, that's gonna be it for today. If you want to share this video, you can go right ahead, and I'll see you guys in the next video, I guess.